Hello, welcome to this tutorial on what is BPMN. It is a short introduction video to get you familiar with BPMN as used in our system business process driven learning systems. So what is BPMN? BPMN stands for Business Process Model and Notation. It is a standard to visually depict a business process. Before BPMN, it was difficult to commonly express a business process visually. So in BPMN, it begins with swim lanes and pools. They are the foundations of BPMN. And swim lanes and pools help us design the participants of business process. If you take this image on the right side, we will come to it also later in the presentation, but if you look here, this is called as the pool and it has a name called IT help desk, and this division contains two swim lanes, one for general support and one for employee. So what it means is this is designed for the participants of IT help desk, and it has two participants, one is general support and one is employee. So BPMN has many elements. We are going to see some subset of it that we will use in our system. So those elements are events, activities, gateways and data objects. Events, there are two events that we will see. One is start event, which is used to denote the start of a business process, and end event, which is used to denote the end of the business process. And then from there we can see, for example, it is connected as sequence to various other elements of the BPMN. So we will see what are these. One is called as activities. There are three kind of activities that we will encounter in our system. One is user task, one is script task, and one is service task. User task, basically it means this activity is performed by the user, which is going to be you in our system. And the other two activities are service task and script task, which is done automated by the system. So these are the activities. So here there are two user tasks and one script task and one service task. And then if you see, there are also gateways. Gateways, here we will use only one gateway called XOR, which is also called as exclusive OR gateway, which is like a branching path. For example, what this means is the business process starts with a user task, and then we decide one of the two paths that this business process takes, and this will be based on some condition. If the condition is true, it might take this path, user task, script task and user task 2, or user task, service task and user task 2. So basically what it means is a business path, a business process has a branching here, and this is like the closing branching. It starts here, so it's like the mirror of this. So it can either go this way or this way, and then it goes to the third way. And the final elements is data objects. Basically data objects is the data that is produced during the execution of this business process. So what it means is when this user task is executed, it gives a data object called data object 1, and this is consumed by this activity called service task. And when this service task is executed, it also produces another data object called data object 2, which is consumed by a user task called user task 2. So this is a very simple overview of the elements of BPMN. Let's straight away go to an example. So this is an example that you can also find in the system, in our system, and we will also have a demo based on this example. Let's see what this example says. So this is for the swim lane. This is for the department called IT help desk, and it has two participants. One is general support and one is employee. It means there are two users that will use this business process. These are the activities that are performed by the employee, and these are the activities performed by general support. So what it means? So this is the start event. It starts when you need help, when the employee needs help. So since this is an IT help desk, it simulates or it represents what will happen if an employee of an organization faces some IT related issues and how it is solved by the general support. If you are working, I'm sure you would have had interactions with the general support, your IT administration, if you had some problems. And if you see here, this simply and easily represents how it can be represented using BPMN. So it starts when the employee needs help, and what he does, it's a user task. He opens a case, and when he opens a case detailed data object is produced, and this is consumed by the analyze case, which is handled by the general support. So when an employee opens a case, it goes to the general support, and the general support analyze the case first, and he comes up with the case resolution. When he comes up with the case resolution, he creates one data object called case resolution, which contains the solution, and with that he notifies the user, the general support. When he notifies the user, the employee receives the notification and he checks the case resolution and see if that is working. If the solution is working, he says yes, and then the general support closes the case, and the business process ends. If the solution is not working, the employee has to provide additional information to the same case details. And when he provides additional informations, again, the general support analyzes the case with the additional information, and he provides a case resolution, and again he notifies the user. You check the resolution. So this goes on until the solution works, after which the general support close the case and end. As you can see here, what could have been a very difficult process in a company with related to the IT department has been handled very easily and has been represented very easily by the BPMN. And not only it is the diagrammatical representation, this diagram and this notation has an XML, it has an execution semantics, and it can be executed in a system. And that is where our system comes into play. Let us, in the next video, we will see how this BPMN is used in our learning system to help you learn about workplace e-learning. Thank you.